Hello everybody, it is Stella from New Hope Wellbeing and we are back with another video, and I am really hoping that you guys will be able to hear me today because it is incredibly windy here today. Actually it wasn't this morning. This morning it was pouring rain, and then this afternoon the wind just kind of has been terrorizing all of us here in Melbourne. So I'm hoping you guys can hear me over that. So we are back and we are going to be discussing our next Sumerian god, and today is Gestu, the Sumerian god of wisdom and intelligence. Gestu was revered for his intelligence and deep wisdom, and his blood was used to create humanity. His sacrifice shifted the god's labour onto humans. A spirit was created to honour and remember him forever. Now, the origins of Gestu are a little bit more mysterious. There's no ancient texts that speak of his mother or father, but there are late interpretations that have Abzul, the god of the underground cavern of sweet water, and Nama, goddess of primordial sea waters, as his parents. It's a bit the same with his siblings, because we don't know 100% sure who his parents are. We do have some sources that should suggest that Gestu was the son, as I said, the son of Abzul and Nama, which would make him the sibling of An and Ki. An is the god of sky and heaven, Ki the goddess of earth. But we're not 100% sure on this, because these are from later interpretations, so they could be right, they could be wrong. We don't know. He doesn't have any known consorts or children. And but he was known as the deity of intelligence and wisdom, and his story is one of profound sacrifice. The gods, burdened by their labour, chose Gestu to bear a greater weight. They took his life, blending his blood with clay, and from this divine mixture humanity was born. His mind and spirit lived on within mankind forever, linking Gestu to the cycles of creation and remembrance. So he's linked to the birth of humanity, and his sacrifice is the price of creation, I guess, as well. So in the mist, the gods grew tired of their endless labor. Seeking relief, they gathered in their divine assembly and made a grim decision. Gestu, wise and knowing, was chosen for sacrifice. His blood, rich with divine intelligence, was mixed with clay by the goddess Nintu. From this union, humanity was born. Through his death, life began. Gestu's story became a powerful symbol of creation through sacrifice. So I guess you could say when you take that particular, you take about his myth about him being the god who created humanity, I guess you could say then we are all of his children. So where the texts say children unknown, well, technically he has billions of us, really, because without his sacrifice humanity would not have been born. And he's also linked in with the ghost of memory, I guess you could say. Now, his sacrifice did not pass into silence. From his flesh a ghost emerged, a living sign created by Nintu. This spirit ensured that Gestu would never be forgotten. It drifted between realms, a reminder of the god who gave everything. And here are just a little bit of fragments from some of the myths that he does feature in. So this is the Atrahasis epic, or the blood that birthed humanity. Gestu's most significant role appeared in the Atrahasis epic, an ancient Mesopotamian creation story. In this tale, the gods, burdened by their labour, sought a solution. The assembly chose Gestu for sacrifice. His blood, combined with clay, became the flesh of humankind. Through his act, Gestu's wisdom and essence lived on within humans. His story became central to the myth of human origin. And then he does also appear again as in the Enuma Elish. Though Gestu does not appear directly in the Enuma Elish, his story mirrors Kingul's in Babylonian mythology. Kingul, like Gestu, was slain and his blood created humanity. This parallel highlights a shared theme in Mesopotamian myths, the birth of life through divine sacrifice. Gestu and Kingul stood as reflections of each other, gods who gave all for their creation. There are no temple walls that bore Gestu's name, neither did the people gather in grand halls to call upon him. Yet perhaps his temple is within every human soul, as we are born from his blood and the clay that was mixed with it. Humanity itself becomes his shrine. His wisdom flows through every thought, and his presence lingered in quiet places, where minds pondered and spirits remembered. The Sumerians believed that Gestu's wisdom became mankind's strength, curiosity, and hunger to learn. Every idea and question was an echo of Gestu's mind. So that's just a little bit about Gestu, and like I said, he's a very mysterious character. We don't really know a lot about him, but from what we do know, he does play a very pivotal role in relation to humanity, because without his sacrifice, according to the Sumerians, we would not have been created. So in that essence, he probably doesn't need shrines or temples if he's truly remembered as he would be remembered through us, as we are his living creation from his sacrifice. So in another way, I guess you could say it's like his sacrifice is like another reoccurring theme throughout different faiths around the world, where a figure comes in and makes an ultimate sacrifice for the betterment of humankind. I guess we could also say that he's probably the first of those themes that's come up in history. But a lot to ponder with Gestu. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. We will be back next week with some more videos. Until then, I hope everybody enjoys their weekend, and we'll chat soon. Bye!